This is a first video in a series of mini videos to help you set up and then use Google Sites. I'm going to try and keep them really short and then name them appropriately so that you can target specifically what it is you want without having to watch a really long video. So this first video is simply going to deal with setting up a Google site, the initial creating of one, and then a little bit about what you see. Okay, so how do we create one? A couple of ways. We can go to the waffle and then open Google Sites, or like with all Google applications, we can simply type what it is we want to do, sites, and then push .new, and that's going to generate us a new blank template. Okay, so as you can see, we now have a blank template. First thing you're going to want to do is name it. Important that you do this so that you can find it in your Google Drive. Create yourself a homepage title. I'm just going to talk you through some of the other things that we can see here. These buttons here are obviously to undo and then redo your last actions. This button here lets you preview your Google site so that you can see it in the way that someone accessing it would. So let's just have a quick look at that. So at the moment you can see it's very basic. You can actually toggle various different devices views so we can see what it looks like on a tablet, it's very similar, and on the phone as well, which I think is quite important because then we can actually see what a student accessing it from a phone can see. Press the X to come out of that and just remember it. Okay, now if you want to work collaboratively or if you want your students to help design something on Google Sites, then you can share it with them. Most of you are probably familiar with this because we've been doing it with Google Docs and Google Classroom and all that sort of thing. So with the draft, because at the moment this is a draft until we publish it, you can see that button up there in the background. You can change it and then change it to whatever it is you want to do. So if you want everyone at Queen Mary's College with the link to be able to see it, then you change that and then you decide what they want to do, edit or what have you. Well, I'm going to leave that for now. Okay. Here's just a couple of settings. All right, so to do with navigation, you'll see there's a little bar up here. You can put that onto the side. That's going to become important soon when we have other pages, but it's not really going to do anything now. And you can change the color of that to white, black, and whatever. I think white looks quite smart, but you can decide that one. Okay. And then here we've got a couple of other little things that you can do. So you can duplicate the site if you want something very similar, but you want to change a couple of things and have a separate one. You can have a look at your version history so that if you, say for example, you've been working on it for a month and you want to go back to the way it looked halfway through that month, then you can find that date and then go back to it. And also this little bit here, take a tour. So that will, Google will then start giving you hints essentially. Okay, and then when you're finished with your site, you would publish it. And then that gives you a link which you can then share with other people and they can find it just like they would any other website. Okay, that's all for this particular video. I will say just one more thing as well, that Google saves automatically everything that you do. So every single letter that you write, every image that you put into this, Google will save automatically into your Google Drive. Okay, that's it for this video. Join me for the next one.